Hello there guys, and welcome to my first defense video of the mighty quest for epic loot. Now in this series I'm going to be showing off my various defense setups, and then parallel to this series I'm going to be doing an attack series where I give ratings to other people's dungeons and show playthroughs of them and give them props where needed. And so just overall it's a really good game and I think everyone should get it. It's amazing. So to start off, here is my first defense. I set this up about level 4 or 5 I think, or no, 5 or 6 even. You only need to have a level 4 summoning portal I think to get this running, or maybe level 5. And I've upgraded everything to level 2, which only requires a level 2 research lab. And since I've set this up how it is, it hasn't been beaten properly. Just to show you my battle log, I set it up when I was about level 4 or 5, which was around here, and since then it hasn't been beaten apart from these two, but as you can see they're a good 3, 4, 5 levels higher than what it took to set up, and they weren't able to do it in time. So after I've quickly done a quick run through of this, I'll show people taking it on. But so my goal for this first room was just to waste some time. So I've got some slow traps here, because the end of the day people are going to beat the dungeon, but what you don't want them to do is get to your treasure room with time still left, because that's when they start nicking resources off you. So your goal has to be not how can I just make people rage quit, well obviously that is good. Your goal primarily has to be how can I make them waste all their time. So I've got these 4 little thin tunnels here, and I've put my slow traps here in a hope that the randomly placed bombs will proc when they're unavoidable in there. And then as soon as those proc, they're then in range of this long mob here, which then will all funnel through and just waste some time. But obviously certain classes like the warrior can just bulldoze through. I've got my what they call voodoo bone guides. Pardon me. They're set as berserkers at the moment, which means everyone around them goes in berserk mode. And so I was just experimenting with that. I don't think that's necessarily the best option. I think I might also swap them to heal and see how healing works out with these mobs. But yeah, so just overall it works out alright. It wastes a little bit of time, but to be honest, from watching playbacks already, I'd say this room isn't as effective as it probably could be. So that's got room for improvement there. I'm very happy with this room here, because this is where people seem to fail quite a lot, and where most people end up just quitting if they ever do quit. And what I've done here is I've got 2 hunger bots, no, hunger monsters. They're called hunger something. And basically what they do, they've got 3 options. They can shoot out a boxing glove, which snares people in place. They can throw out bowling balls, which knock people back. And they can shoot out a hook, which grabs people in. And so I've been, again with the same with the bone guys, I've been experimenting and cycling through, seeing what has the most effect. What I see other people use the most is the grab option, but at the moment they're set on the bowling ball one. The main part of this room is Dr. Skull. He has to be the most annoying unit at my current level in the game, especially for a warrior. I find that they're especially hard to kill, because as you can see I'm level 9 warrior and archer. But yeah, with my archer I've kind of learnt ways to deal with them, because you do have quite a high damage output, so you can take them out, plus they're summons. But for the warrior it is quite hard, because you just take so much damage by the time you killed them. The reason they're hard is because they summon these big skeletons. I've got them on the summon undead function. Again, they've got 3 specialities. These guys here are just for the sake of getting the defense cap up to 20, so they die especially quickly. But yeah, and the other reason that this bit is so hard is because when fighting these guys, it's often quite nice to run around a bit and give yourself a bit of distance to then take out the summons. But especially with the 2 hunger bots and all 3 of these traps here, you've got not much room for movement at all, and it's just a very nice bit, and I'm very happy with that. So I think I'm definitely going to keep this kind of format, possibly change the hunger bots out at some point, but no, that's a very good room, an easy room and cheap room to build, I might add. So I definitely recommend that to new players who are struggling to defend their loots. Next up, these 4 here, they're not especially like good. They're just level 2 archers, smelly archers, and you know, I find archers are quite a good unit in this, especially versus other like archer heroes, because by the time melee units tend to catch up with me, I've killed them. But with the archers, they do tend to get a few pot shots off at me, so you know, they're a good thing to have in your dungeon if you can afford them. And finally, I've capped it off with a Count Snottingham, rank 1, with a rank 1 Dr. Skull behind him again. The reason for this being, the Dr. Skull, he'll just keep, if you want to focus the boss, he'll just keep summoning skeletons in, and it will just become unbearable. And if you focus him, then Count Snottingham's just going to keep shooting spit at you, and it's going to hurt, and you're going to be wasting time. So overall, no one's managed to beat it in time. I'd love to challenge all of you. My castle name, as you can see, is Crentaris, and please add me as your friend as well, because I'm looking to get some people in my friend zone, and so I'd love to be able to play all your dungeons. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna go to my battle log, and yeah, for starters, I'll show someone failing my dungeon. There's only people level 7 have tried, so let's try a hunter, because I'd assume hunters would be better at the dungeon. So I'll just do it in ×2. I think I might have changed it slightly since this guy. So you can see straight away he's falling in all the slow traps, and now all of those guys just funneling through. Oh, I think maybe I do have him as Summon Undead. That voodoo guy. This bit here I've definitely changed. I've got archers here rather than the mobs, so that stops him, as you saw there, kiting him across the track, because he has to move towards the archers. So this is the room here, and yeah, this is when I still had them set as grab. So as you can see, they're just grabbing him all over the place. Dr. Skull is just constantly summoning in more big guys. He just panics and he just starts running around, which just lets Dr. Skull summon more and more of these big guys, and his mistake there was running away. When facing Dr. Skulls, you have to focus down the summons as quickly as possible. Look, he's already failed now, so I'll just speed up a little bit. I think in this one he eventually does just rage quit, but yeah, so it's especially hard for him to kite because of the 2 flame traps in the middle. And then again, he's just running away, and yeah, and there you go, he ended up quitting in the end. So now I'll show you the level 11, who I was actually surprised to see a level 11 had failed. But yeah, so if I play this, he didn't die though, so it counted as a success, it just wasn't in time. So if I play this in ×2, this is with the current setup you see now. See, it doesn't waste a lot of time. Just it's just a little bit of a hold up. And this is when I've replaced my hamster with a ballista trap. And again, you know, it's not done a lot of damage, but it's done damage to him. Oh crap! No one saw that. Let me go back. I meant to slow it down for that room. Let's just speed that up quickly. My bad. So yeah, ×1 for this room, as soon as it's ×1. So you can see, this is it with the bowling balls. So instead of grabbing you in, they just keep knocking them back. but he does seem to have dealt with them quite quickly. So what's he going to do? Oh, that is quite a nice knockback actually. Although he did seem to kill it as it knocked back. So you see he's up to 3 of these guys now, and while he is doing it in good time, he is wasting a lot of time here dealing with these big guys, and more importantly, he is taking a lot of damage. So now he's got to run through all the traps again, waste some time. You can see I've put that right in the corner there to kind of get in the way. And again, you can see the skeletons, they have done some, not the archers, sorry, they've done some really nice damage to him. So coming onto the boss, he's got another Dr. Skull to deal with. He's just taking spit damage. Like I said, he does do it without dying, but as you see, he's pretty much, you can only barely see it through there. They need to move this down a little bit for the replays. But yeah, he's got about 10 seconds left to kill the boss, plus one of these big guys, so I'd say a level 12 or possibly a level 10, 11 archer would be able to do this quite easily. But there you go. As wanted, my loot is intact. So yeah, there you go. Have it, guys. That's my formation 1 of my castle. My main reason for filming this is probably because I've just upgraded my dungeon heart overnight. So I'm probably going to be changing this very soon, but just wanted to get this recorded down for lower level players. So yeah, please rate my dungeon. Tell me what you think. What you think I could have done better, or especially what specifications you like on your skull guys and your hunger bots and your golems and stuff. So yeah, give the video a like if you want to see more of my Quest for Epic Loot series. Give it a subscribe, and I'll see you later, guys.